One of the guys that get a lot of credit is Steve Blackman from Muscular Development. I mean, those guys have done an extraordinary job for years and years and years to promote health, to promote fitness, to promote strength, to promote bodybuilding, powerlifting, weightlifting, and all of those kind of things. So the contributions they made is gigantic, and I hail them for that.
Ron Harris for Muscular Development here with David Henry, who surprised a lot of people today. Wasn't one of the guys that most people were saying, "Oh my God, this guy's gonna blow the 212 division away." But sure enough, it's a tight battle between him and the newcomer Ahmad Ashkanani. But David, a lot of people didn't expect what they saw today. I've seen you compete, I don't know how many times, probably a dozen or more. This is probably the best I've ever seen you. How motivated were you to train for this show and to be the winner of this show?
No, I'm always trained and motivated, and the fact that people have left me out for shit kind of pisses me off, I guess. So I guess you can count that as some of the fire. Like, okay, you keep clowning around and keep putting other guys before me, and well, you saw what happened today. And then it's not another one of those feeling, cocky and arrogant things. It's like, damn it, I've been on this freaking scene for longer than most of these guys have ever touched a weight. So I know what I'm capable of, and all it took is a little getting my head in the game and bringing some parts together, and as visibly seen, improvements. And you should be judged on your last best look and your improvements for this time. So I think I brought all that out. And if I wasn't the one talked about, well, we'll see how that rolls tonight. Yeah.
Well, I want to educate some of the newer fans of the sport, newer people following who might not be aware of all this. But David was competing as a pro before there was a lightweight division, and he was doing very well. He placed top 10 in the Olympia, I want to say 3 different times.
2007 with Ronnie Coleman's last step on stage. When he placed 4th, I took top 10 at 187 pounds. Wow. So there's nobody out there right now with that kind of credentials on their list.
And not only that, again, a little history. The 202 division, it was not the 212 originally, it was the 202 when it began. And the very first year they had it at the Olympia, David was the winner. So for those of you who don't know, this guy's been very good for a very long time. So this shouldn't really be such a shock to anybody. But, a lot of people, I think, forget about you because you don't hype yourself up a lot. You're not on social media. It's every time you take a piss or every time you do a different rep of curls or something, we don't hear about it. You remind me a little bit of Dorian back in the day, where you wouldn't hear about the guy, but then he just showed up and blew everyone off stage. Have you ever been tempted to be a little more self-promoting, or do you just like to be like this?
No, just who I am and how I do stuff. I mean, I've been on the social media thing just because either you follow right now or you get left behind. But I'm slowly catching up, to be out there. But a lot of stuff I choose to keep private, and what people know is only because of what I choose to let them know. They don't know everything, so they can hypothesize and think they know this and that and the other, but they don't. Unless it comes directly from me or somebody that trains with me or knows me, then it's not necessarily the truth. Actually, it's not the truth. So any rumors, stuff like that, quickly squash that, because the only people that know what I do is Dr. Scott Stevenson, who's out here now, and my wife. Other than that, you guys know what I put on Instagram and Snapchat. Yeah. And that's how I choose to keep it, man. And I'm not going to be one of those that try and hype myself up. I still don't do that. I think do what you need to do in the gym, get your diet on point, and show up and do work.
Yeah, you mentioned Scott. I don't think a lot of people realize, because a lot of people know who's coaching who. You've been working with Scott a long time. You said, was it 13 years? Now, what does he help you out with? The diet, training, everything?
Every single thing. My diet, my training concept, fortitude training. That's what I've been using the last 6-7 years. So people stop emailing me and texting me, do I still do freaking DC? I don't. Yeah. God damn it. I was like, if you've been a fan, then you know that already. If you're not, then know this now. I don't do DC anymore. It's not because there's a falling out. It's just because I'm Scott's protege with stuff, and he took something and remolded it and remanufactured it and made it his own. And that's the type of training and the look that you see has changed my physique right there. So that's what I do. That's his training concept. Is everything, man. My acupuncture, he's Chinese herbal medicine certified as well, so he does everything. He's like he and John Meadows, if you guys don't know, 2 of the smartest dudes on the planet, man, when it comes to diet and nutrition. You get those two together, and you'd be in for a world of whoa, break it down, Neanderthal style kind of stuff. But That's who I've been working with. It shouldn't be no shock. If I train with somebody, it doesn't mean I'm working with somebody. It's just because we're training, you know. But it's been Scott all the way.
So you've been a pro since 05, 04?
2002.
2002, my goodness. So it's 15 years as a pro. Now, how old are you now, David, can I ask?
I'm 42. Turned 42 last week.
So, we're seeing guys, obviously Dexter's the one everyone talks about, but, yourself, Jose, a lot of the top guys now are in their 40s, and, you're not fading. A lot of guys, they lose that pop to the muscle and whatnot as they go on, but this is probably the freshest look I've seen you in a long time. I mean, you look like you're 28 years old up there if you're looking at the physique. Do you still feel as good in the gym? The joints, everything's really holding up really well?
Actually, amazingly enough, everything is on point, man. My hips don't hurt. Elbows are good to go. Knees are fine, man. I've been able to put a lot more leg work in, as people have witnessed already. My phone's just been blowing up here left and right on that stuff, and I'm doing a lot of leg work. I do three leg workouts a week of different intervals and different types. That's just what the training entails. And so for me, bringing those up is a noticeable difference. The separation, the density, all that. So this is what I do. And looking at what I do is I'm pushed to limits. I stay within reason of things, and I want to be around for a long time. It's not like I'm trying to just overdrive my system to where I'm a broke-ass old man. I just refuse to do that, man.
It's interesting today, and we don't know what's going to happen tonight. Things change. Some guys pull ahead, whatever. But it's definitely between you and this new guy, Ahmad Ashkenani, and there's some similarities in the physiques. There's some differences, but a lot of people will say Ahmad's legs don't match his upper body, and that's something they've said about you. And when I was doing the wrap up with Peter of the judging, I said it's not a body part contest; it's a physique contest. And if you're looking at overall physiques, these two were dominating the field today. Are you sick of hearing about certain things? Because there's nobody out there. Even Heath, you can pick anybody apart for something, and they do, because that's what critics do. Right. So are you tired of hearing about your legs? Because your legs, they're not the greatest in the world, but my goodness, they're not the worst either.
They're not, and people can. I don't know. You know what? I'll keep my foul language to myself. But you know what? And if you compare this again, it's not a damn TNA show. Yeah. One body part shouldn't trump the rest. If you got flowing sweep, that's what genetically that's what you have. If your legs are more flat in appearance, that's just what they are. All you can really do is fill out adductors, things like that. And my adductors, I think, are on point, probably above anyone else on that stage. And you'll see it with that triangular point. You'll see in the sartorius area as well. Yep. When I hit these poses tonight, I've been doing a lot of work to bring that up. Flat. That's if I look straight on, it sucks. Theoretically, but you learn to pose your weaknesses to where they look the same way, but they're an inch bigger from the Olympia, so and that's measurable. I measured that. I'm like, damn, all right. So they can say all they want, they can talk all they want, but bring your conditioning. This is a condition game. Yeah. You can be as big as a house, but if you can't dial it in, then what's the use? I think if you got a combination of both, dialing in and have some size to you, that's what wins bodybuilding, man. This is bodybuilding. It's not leg freaking building. It's not lights out, that's the back shot, all done. So people get that out of their head, and the ones that talk are the ones that really can't do any better. So to my thing, if you can be better, then beat me. Yeah. If you haven't, then you can shut the fuck up.
Real quick, you were just telling me you're headed down to Brazil pretty soon for that. You'll be representing a brand new sponsor, and that sounded pretty cool. Tell me a little bit about your new sponsor.
Yeah, I picked up my last sponsor right before the Olympia, Integral Medica from Brazil. I work part of the Darkness Nation line, and they've been phenomenal, man. Carlos Tamayo and Giovanna Quadros, they've been on point and helping me out and setting me up with things, man, and been a really good crew. So I got a little video shoot with them on Sunday at Powerhouse, so you guys come out there and check it out. And it's just a good time, man. I fly down to Brazil and do a little 10-day seminar down in Sao Paulo. So you guys can get down there and check me out.
Well, we'll wrap this up by just saying to him, a lot of people were thinking this was going to come down to three guys. Ahmad is still in the mix. It doesn't look like Jose and Hide at this point are. Things could change tonight. We'll see. But a lot of people weren't expecting David Henry to be fighting for this title, and he's definitely in the fight for this title. So we'll see what happens tonight. I wish you the best of luck. I thank you for your time. Appreciate it very much, David.
Of course, man. All right. Appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot, MD. Thanks a lot for the fans out there supporting me, and it's not over yet. Yeah. So
for Muscular Development, David Henry, Ron Harris.